Nourishment is actually like it's one of the two essential bits. Like you have nourishment and then you have reproduction. Like those are our biological imperatives as
Mm-hmm.
individuals. So we can leave the reproduction bit for another day and focus on
Mm-hmm.
the fact that we must find that nourishment. Um, so maybe that's a good segue into the question, like what are some kind of essential bits that play into your sort of nourishment protocols, some things that you'd like to go to.
Mm-hmm.
They could be, quick prescriptions or kind of broader life practices.
Yeah. Well, let's just simplify it for the audience in the sense that whenever I start with a client, it's not like I'm sending them like their exact macros, getting their,
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
all that shit. It's like really looking at the biological needs like you're talking about. And we need water, we need shelter, we need food, and we need sex. I don't know if we need sex, but we need sex to continue existing on this earth. Um,
Yeah.
so, but with the nourishment aspect, let's talk about food and what are the principles. If you're listening to this call and you're like already, I'm learning some things. Okay, cool. Let's talk about nourishment in the sense of what are the basic guidelines that I could follow to get started in my healing journey and making sure my body's being nourished. And this
Yeah.
information is everywhere now because there's so much holistic coaching, I feel like, at least in my arena, going on. But if we take a look at hydration, and then we take a look at food quality, and then we look at food hygiene. And I'm going to talk about those three things really quickly. Simply put, first of all, your water. I'm not going to go about how to get your water super healthy, but it should be filtered at this point. There's so much arsenic and fluoride and
Yeah. Get your
chlorine in your
Berkey or
water.
whatever and
Yeah,
just
get a
call it a day.
Berkey's. Yeah, so get some filtered water
Yep.
and drink 50% of your body weight in ounces a day, minimum. Start there. And I'm not talking about performance or athletes. So we're just going to start with the general human being. Then we're going to talk about food quality. Again, similar to water, make sure that you're getting food that is organic. Yes, pay the extra money. Otherwise, you're going to be paying that money at the end of the day to a doctor for something else. So, for me, I get my food or my meat from a ranch. I, go to the farmer's market, like get real food. If it doesn't have eyeballs, four legs, and it's not green from the earth growing up with roots, then don't eat it. How about that? Make it simple. Don't buy a bag of chips. Anything in bags or boxes, how about you avoid that and just shop for something that's living? And why is that important? Because I'm living, right? My cells are alive, my chi, my vibration is here. And so when you intake food that isn't alive, then you're actually just giving your cells dead energy. So it lowers your vibration, it lowers your vitality. And try it. Go ahead and eat for 1 month real food and drink fresh water. Don't tell me you don't look 20 years younger and you also feel better. All right. And then we're going to talk about the food hygiene. So what does that look like? That means take your phone out of the room, turn your TV off, sit across the table with somebody you like to talk to, and actually smell your
Light a
food
candle.
before you. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, dude, totally. And like, just tone it down. You got to get into a parasympathetic state to digest your food. If I'm still like trying to figure out what to do and I'm at the stoplight cramming down a donut, just think about how you are around food time and what is your energy like? Are you super vibed up? Is all your blood in your extremities because you're in a sympathetic state? Or are you actually in a parasympathetic state and got the blood back in your belly where it needs to be? So food hygiene. For most people, I tell them to sniff a bottle of apple cider or take a tablespoon because most of us don't have the acids in our stomach anyway because we're so freaking like fight or flight most of the day. So if you get bloating and gas, like that's a simple fix without spending a bunch of money right away on probiotics. But
Prebiotic. Yeah.
yeah, but not going to get in the supplement train yet. But food hygiene is this: get yourself seated, get yourself in an environment that's calm, throw away all the electronics, be present as you possibly can, and praying before food. And this is not a religious context, but it's like sending gratitude, like thank you, food, for, being on my plate. I'm so grateful that it's like being grateful for what's in front of you and also like thanking the food thank the piece of elk that's there, like, you know, like give acknowledgement to the energy cycle that's happening in this life and be involved in it. And, you know, just, you know, sending some gratitude before the meal. And that draws in presence. And then smelling your food before every bite and really tuning into how your body's reacting to those smells, and let the saliva build in your mouth so you can actually digest the food in that first initial phase of digestion, which is in chewing. And chew your food 20, 30 times. How about that? You know, instead of 3 or 4 times. I can tell you the difference, because when I'm ever not doing that, gas, bloated, like, yeah, I definitely pay the price. And that just puts more stress on the body. When there's more stress on the body, then I have to clear the cortisol, right? And if I'm already a stressed person, just think about that, how food hygiene could just continue creating chaos, right? Because I'm constantly making more stress, eating sugar, not chewing my food, and I don't have the digestive enzymes to break it down. So, you know, this is where it can all catapult. So if you want to start getting healthy right away, nourishment through quality food, good hydration, and nurturing your food times and really honoring them, I think that'd be a beautiful start to bring in some awareness. And the awareness is when I'm not doing it. How much do I not do that? Right? How much do I eat
Yeah.
fake food, drink shitty water, or just sugar drinks, and actually like eat in my car or stand up in the kitchen, ramming something down to get to a meeting? So that is the first phase for a lot of people, is just noticing that I don't do any of what Robin just said. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your reps. Now you get to play with putting some of that into practice.
I think the thing that really struck me that we've also explored a few times is that if you take the kind of core ethos of those 3 bullet points, so, you know, be discerning,
Mhm.
uh, honor your life force, like hit like the basic, the most basic style, and kind of maybe we'll call it like set yourself up for success. You know,
Mhm.
that's like the hygiene bit. You could take those 3 core principles and say drop them right into your experience, your fitness experience, like your experience at the weight room, you know,
Mhm.
and it
Mhm.
it applies in exactly the same way. And that was